Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to today's video and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my 2 looks 1 palette featuring the Colourpop Blush Crush palette. This is super duper gorgeous. I'm so excited to have this and use this. I pulled out my Natasha Denona Mini Crush palette to use in conjunction with this. I'm thinking the color stories are very similar, so I don't think it'll be too hard to use these two together and create some different looks. I'm going to be using my Alter Ego Sahara palette for the mirror, and let's get into it. Okay, so of course I'm going to use my Jeffree Star Cosmetics and Magic Star Concealer in C0 to prime. I'm just going to do a little tiny bit since I'm only doing eye makeup today, and I'm going to be taking this off. I'm going to do this Luxie All Over Shadow Brush and blend that out. I like this as a eye primer. I think it is definitely a lot better than other eye primers I've tried. You remember the previous 2 looks 1 palettes? At least I think they're going to be the previous ones. I've already filmed them. They are the Play It Cool ones from Colourpop. I didn't like the cream shadow in them. I used them as an eye primer. I didn't like the cream shadow in any of them. It was bad. I mean, it was bad. They were bad. Like, they're not even good for eye primers. They're not good for, like, as cream shadows. Like, it was so bad. But anyways, I want to set... I was going to set one eye, but there's 2 matte cream shades. So I think I'm actually going to... I'm not going to set. I'm going to use them as matte brow bone highlights. That's gonna... I like that idea. I like it. I'm going to take my Luxie Large Eye Blending Brush and my Profusion Mattes palette, and I'm going to take the shade Bestie right here. And I'm going to dust off the excess. I'm going to put this in the crease on both sides just so I have an even starting base on both sides and I can build a look off that. Like looking at my brows up close, and you can't tell on camera, but I can tell, like, I need to trim my brows. Okay, I think I'm gonna build off the crease with on this side so I can use some of the shimmers, and then on the other side I'll use the other mattes, the mattes in this one, and then we'll figure it out because I want to. I'm just going to use the mattes in this shade in this palette so I can use a lot of the shimmers. So I'm going to take this shade here, which is called Lotus. It's a creamy matte. I think it's in the Safari palette. I wish Natasha would bring back the Safari palette so bad. I would love to try the Safari palette. It's an all matte palette. Like, that is so my jam. I have a dupe of it from CC Color Cosmetics. It's really nice, actually. I'm going to take this shade here. It's called Soul. It's a creamy matte. And I am just using a Wet n Wild crease brush. I'm supposed to just be using the Blush Crush palette, but there's a lot of mattes in there, and I want to do a matte look on here with it and then use the Natasha Denona ones here so I can use more shimmers over on this side. Oh my gosh. I have no idea what to do. So let me just finish this. I'm going to take the shade Koi right here, which is another creamy matte, and put that on the outer edge. And then I'm going to go... I don't know why I opened that. Like, I'm about to use the mirror that's non-existent in there. Alright, so... there you go. And I'll be right back when I decide what to do. Okay, I think I'm going to take Blossom Up right here on my finger, and I'm going to put that on the lid, and it's not like the most intense shimmer shade, but it's nice. And then I'm going to take Enamored right here, and I'm going to put that in the inner corner. Yeah, see, these are not the most intense shimmers, but they're nice, and you can make them work, I would say. Like, they're not going to be the most super intense, but at the same time, like, I don't think that this palette is meant to be super intense. And I want to go into Lovesick right here and use that for a matte brow bone highlight. So I want to see how this looks on my skin tone. Now that is nice. That's a nice matte shade for me. That is a nice matte shade. I want to do something a little weird. I want to take this Eco Tools pencil brush and I want to take Made You Blush so bad. And I want to try and get that sparkle shade on the lower lash line. That's a little too light pinky for me. Alright, I'm going to take this Odin's Eye eyeliner. This is the 001 shade. It has a name. For some reason, they did not put the names on the pencil. Makes it extremely inconvenient for me. Okay, so this is the finished look. I actually really like it. It's not too bad, but I want to try and use the other shades. So all I used from here was this one, this one, this one, and this one. So I'm going to try and use these. Oh no, I used this shade. So I need to use these two and then these ones. The sequin shades as the ones I'm not really the biggest fan of. So I don't know. Okay, so let me give this a try. I'm going to do cheek to cheek right here on an LA Colors crease brush. I'm not getting too much kickback so far, which is nice. And place that in the crease. I'm going to do How Rogue right here. I realized I wasn't filming, sorry guys. I'm just starting the outer edge part and then working that into the crease. But I'm going to darken it up with Blush Wine and following the pattern. I mean, they're not too pigmented with mattes, but they're like definitely worth it for the price. I would rather have deep mattes that I have to build up and work with than have something that's like super duper intense on one like swipe, because that's when you make the mistakes. So I'm going to pop a bottle. So badly want to use this shade, so I'm going to. And I think it's a super shock shade because it's not picking up very well on the brush. Yeah. So I'm going to keep that brush aside. Actually, I'm going to take my finger in it. It does feel like a super shock shade, and it actually does kind of look like one on my finger. And I'm going to follow the guideline and leave that purple alone. I'm going to fix it because I'm going to make it a little bit more deeper. But what I'm going to do is take more of Pop Up Bottle on an Alamar Cosmetics flat top. Kind of like flat top, eyeshadow brush. And really get that inner edge. And then I'm going to go back to my LA Colors crease brush and the Blush Wine shade. And re-intensify. Actually, I'm making it more intense. What I'm gonna do is take this brow brush and take the shade The One right here and use that as a... That might be a little too yellow for me. I actually think this could be a good cleanup shade. I don't think that it's as brightening as what I'm wanting. So I'm gonna just blend with that same LA Colors crease brush, but I did wipe it off. However, there is still some purple on it, which is what I wanted. Okay, so I used my Natasha Denona mattes under this eye, and I think that the eye looks are very, very similar. I just want to let you guys know, I think that the Natasha Denona quality is so much better, but definitely you can get similar looks, similar vibes. So I definitely don't need both, but I have them. Well, let me know which eye look y'all prefer. Do you prefer this one? This has the Natasha Denona mattes, Colourpop shimmers, and then this has the Colourpop shimmers and the Colourpop mattes with the Natasha Denona mattes on the bottom. So let me know what you guys think. I prefer, honestly, this eye because the mattes were just a little bit better. But let me know. I'm going to end this video here. So like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that social media great stuff. Really helps this channel out. Don't forget that it costs you nothing to support this channel. See you guys in tomorrow's video.